Hello everyone, this is Donna from Pre-Madonna Crafts, back again to share with you another project. This is a very exciting project because I'm using one of Tim Holtz file folders and altered it, and I'm really liking the way it's turned out. So I'll just show you what I've done. I did some stenciling, not too much. I've used various papers, basically from Tim Holtz, Graphic 45, Kaisercraft, Seven Gypsies, just to name a few. And so I've done this stenciling, and the back is Graphic 45, one of the old lines. And I just thought that, it looked nice with that travel kind of theme. And this is of course a typewriter, and I'll just quickly let you know what I've used as well. I've used different kinds of tags from, this is note card from this range, anyway it's Prima, and I've used the bigger 4x6 cards as well throughout. Used some of this these tags by Julie Nutting, also on the Prima brand, and also the larger tags, very good size pack, Julie Nutting. And then I've used some stamps, and this I've used throughout, Kaisercraft, very nice set, especially the arrows and the words, the circles, very useful for this project. And so with the front, I've used the Prima cards for this too. This base, and then some Prima paper at the back. And of course this is Tim Holtz, and then stamped, and it reads our story, and then some stamping there. And here again a Tim Holtz metal embellishment. Borrowed this idea from Paula Cheney. So there's so much going on. I've tried not to make it bulky, so I've tried to use the lowest. You've got different gradients, how you can make it bigger, right? So I'll go to the left hand side first. I've made a double pocket on the left hand side, and you can tuck tags in the front side and then in the back as well. And I really like this style because this is such a big page to fill up. So where do I start? So here I've got a printed quotation, and on a die cut piece of cardstock, and then one of Tim Holtz Ephemeria. I hope I'm saying that right. And I've used quite a lot of it throughout. And then a die cut flower, then a stamped vintage image. No, I think that's one of my paper stash items. So lots of smaller details, and then lots of cards stuck in. As you can see, there's plenty of space in there. Just trying to get out the Tim Holtz. Oh, it's gone in. But anyway, I've this is the Julie Nutting tag that I showed you earlier. A very good size, so you can add photos in front and at the back, or do a bit of both. And of course I really love the image of this hand here, so that is what I wanted to capitalize on. And here I use the Kaisercraft stamp to stamp this arrow, and also the same stamp for this little embellishment that I made. And this arrow is from another collection. I believe it's Ali Edwards, Technique Tuesday. So with this folder, I decided to close it differently. And here I've used one of the cards that I've showed you, and I backed it onto some cardstock and then glued it down. And this side there is this tag that can be removed by Tim Holtz. And I've added a magnet underneath so that it stays closed. And here again, another Tim Holtz ephemeria, and then the arrow that I mentioned using a Kaiser craft stamp. And the same thing goes here. And then this is a cutout from some other collection. And then I made my own little paper embellishments. Sorry, my son is in the kitchen. I'm filming this on the kitchen table. So there is the background noise. And this, it's from another collection, Leftovers. So when you open up, again, inside the flap, I've got some Tim Holtz cutouts, and then the same thing that I explained. And then here I could add a cropped picture. And this flap is treated the same way as what I've showed you. And so there's a lovely space here for adding a photo. So when you come to the middle, there's so many flaps need to start, as you know that there are 4 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are 5 actually, but I had to glue that 5th one, the first one here, to have everything sort of more or less flat. Otherwise it kept sticking up, and I thought it's better to lose a flap rather than have the annoying problem. So here I turned the first 2 flaps into a pocket, a very big pocket, and I didn't want the bits to fall off, so I'm using these lovely clips to hold the items in place. So I've stamped this lovely arrow, Tim Holtz ephemeria. Then I made this tag and stamped at the back. It's from another collection, of course, and this is also from another collection. So I love the colors. And at the back, I think it's because of the other. This is from the Prima tag. You have to think about how it looks from the back as well, and I think that is why I've got it this way. And here, so when you turn it, it should look like this. And there's room for journaling here. So here, there's room. I could add some smaller photos and do a bit of journaling. And likewise here, this lovely embellishment, cutout is from, I think, Kaiser Craft. And here there's room for adding a cropped photo. So that is how the back looks like. And done a bit of stamping there. And actually this is my favorite flap. So again, I've got the special, word special backed, and then some other tiny bits of words, stickers that I've got in my stash. Again, I stamped this and the word smile and made a banner kind of a tag. So this is the largest flap, so I could put a very nice sized photograph here. And the back looks like this. So in order to have a bit more space, I decided to add tags to this side as well. And I'm learning because it took a while to sort of get the hang of this. you see. I prepared these items and then I sewed it down to the flap before I attached it. So I've got different flaps here and even a little envelope to add some receipts and that sort of thing. This is made from a Tim Holtz die cut, you know, the tag. And here I've stamped and I've also stenciled. Like the way it looks, and did the same thing here. So I've added this little clip just to hold it in place and add a bit of interest. And at the top here, I've put some cardstock together. I made a little booklet, but it's attached to the flap, sewn down. So here I've got a little pocket and this lovely tag, it's a little tag. It comes from the collection that I showed you. Very pretty. And this is from Finnabair. Some paper that I had. And this is also Finnabair and Kaisercraft. So bits and pieces. And that would have been 7 Gypsies. And this is, I forget the name. So the booklet, I like the way it's looking as well. So I've got space for photos there because it's a bigger size. And, you know, because of the movement, and it adds a lot of interest by having items on both sides of this file folder. So at the bottom, I've made this large sort of a banner, banner sort of item, but it's stuck at the top and the bottom here instead of going across. And I've also added a flap to add more space. So here I could have a lovely photo, and likewise in the front too. And then there's a tag sitting inside loosely, but, you know, it seems to stay in place. I wanted to add a pocket at the bottom, but I thought this sort of makes a nice alternative. I suppose if I added some magnets, it would have been a better thing to do, so that everything would have been stopped moving around. And then I'm able to tuck some of these large Julie nutting tags underneath. And it goes all the way across without any problems, just the right size. And also the smaller tag. So, you know, there's a lot of room for 4x6 photos as well, because of these extra flaps and booklets that I've added on. So this is my project. It's taken quite a bit of time. But it's a very fun project to do, something different to the usual mini albums that are around. And I'm really pleased with the way my work, this booklet has turned out. And I'm closing it in a different way, as I mentioned earlier. I think everything stays in place when I close it this way, thanks to the magnetic button that I've added. So I've got a smaller mini album booklet as well. So I'm going to try and work on that for my next project. So with that, I'll leave you. Thank you so much for watching, and speak to you again soon. Bye for now.